Well, we're going to join Alex in just a moment, and he's going to show us the techniques necessary in order to get a classic men's fade haircut. And you know, practice does make perfect. But in order to practice, what you want to make sure is that you're taking the right skills and practicing the skills that will give you perfect end results. It's not enough to just practice what we already do, because there what we're doing is repeating processes we're already familiar with. What you really have to do is use the video program and find areas within that program that you're not comfortable with, that you're challenged by those techniques. They're the ones you need to practice. Because the more that you can add to your vocabulary of technique, the more professional you'll be. And there comes a point that no matter which customer sits in your chair, you're going to know the right steps and procedures to take to give great end results. And remember, it doesn't just start with the haircut. The very first part is the consultation, the greeting, the preparation, and the service in general. And lastly, when you're not working on a customer, you're still part of the environment of the salon. And every other customer in there is using that mirror not only to look at the hair and see how it's looking, but they use it to take a scan of the salon. So each of us has a role to play every moment we're in the salon, not just when we're working with customers. Whenever we're there, we are being watched. So be your very best, because being professional is what it's all about. So let's join Alex.
The first thing I want to address with Christian's haircut is his strong hair growth patterns that he has here. Now, when I'm using the clippers, what I'm going to have to keep in consideration is that even with the strong hair growth, I want to be able to taper this up and have it look really clean without having to block it out. Also, I'm going to begin Christian's haircut with his hair dry using a number 4 clipper guard. I'm going to begin right in the back, and I'm going to use my clippers and work in a motion that goes out, away from the head, and go from the occipital, from his hairline up to the occipital, which is the bone in the back of his head. See, I'm using a tapering type motion, creating a weight line. That weight line is going to be blended out later with my shear over comb. Just going to turn around here. Also, when I'm working around the ear, I'm just going to follow that guide all the way around the head. Now I'm working in front of his ear. And I'm cutting it from both sides, which is going to create a bit of a cross check. Also, when working with the clippers, I want to keep my work area clean so I can really see what I'm dealing with in front of me. I'm just holding my comb out and blending up a bit to clean up that weight line area, which is going to serve as my guide around the perimeter. So now I'm just going to move to the opposite side. Using the clippers, this is a very quick approach to remove a lot of hair. Once again, using my comb, and I'm just continuing around the ear. Once again, I'm going to clean up my work area. Now that I've established my design line, I'm just going to go and get another guard, and I'm going to blend this area up even further. Now I'm choosing my number 3 guard and attaching it onto my clipper. And I'm working out. Not going all the way up to my design line, but right below it. Again, I'm cross-checking along the way. Blending up by the front of the ear, and not using my entire clippers and going straight up. I'm just going to use a portion of my clippers to clean up that area around the ears. And doing the same thing on this side. Once again, blending my design line and cross-checking. Keeping my work area clean. I'm going to go take one last guard. I'm going to use the number 2, and I'm going to use that just on his hairline in the back here to taper it up. Have him lean his head a bit forward. And now what you'll see is I'm not going to go all the way up to where I just last cut with the number 3 guard. I'm just going to work it out. Cross-checking as I go. Working out from the head. And it's also important at this time to really look in a mirror as well. When you want to really see how your blend is progressing, always, if you can, check in the mirror to see that you've got a nice transition, or just simply step away from your work to make sure that there's no lines and that there are no cut marks in the hair. Okay, now that I've completed the majority of my clipper work, what I'm going to do is bring Christian over to the shampoo area, shampoo his hair, and then come back to continue the rest of the haircut and my finishing touches with the shears. I'm going to begin this start point by sectioning Christian's hair right down the middle. And I'm going to cut the rest of this cut very square with vertical sections. First section is going to be held straight out, right back behind the ear. And notice what I'm not going to be doing is taking the section and bringing it all the way up through here and rounding it off. I'm going to keep my section square and vertical. And just blend with the previously cut clipper work. clean partings held straight out from the section. There's my guide. Cut. You can see my guide here, my guide on the bottom, and I just connect the dots. These last sections I over direct just from his temple area. Small teeth for tension, and cut. Okay, move around to the other side. My start point is going to be in the same place, right back behind the ear. Small teeth for tension. I'm just going to blend with my previously cut clipper work. Small teeth for tension, and cut. Over direct that last bit. Now I'm going to blend my two previously cut side sections with the back. Again, taking vertical partings, blending with the previously cut clipper. Just working around the head shape. Now, part of a successful haircut is not only your great technical abilities, but it's also maintaining your equipment. Part of maintaining your equipment is making sure that you oil your shears and that you oil your clipper blades as well. And that should be done at least once a day, at the end of a busy day, before you pack up your stuff. Make sure your equipment is clean. Use the appropriate disinfectants that are recommended by the manufacturer. You'll notice not only does your equipment last longer, but it is also, properly sterilized. Okay, now I'm going to get to the top of the haircut. And I'm going to take the section straight down the center. And I'm going to bring the hair straight up from the section. And basically what I'm going to cut off is that very point. Bring the section straight up. There's my guide. Cut right to my guide. There'll be one last start point, and that'll be right in the front. Small teeth for tension. There's the point. And I might decide in some haircuts, for a variation of looks, is to leave the point there. But in this particular case, I'm going to cut that point right off. Now, when addressing the front of his hair, there's a few different things I want to take in consideration. One is, how is he going to style his hair when it's finished? Is he going to want to wear it as a heavy fringe area or a heavy front area in a Caesar type cut like you'd seen maybe George Clooney wear or Enrique Iglesias? Or is he going to do what I think is a little bit more current, maybe take that hair and graduate? We can graduate this underneath just a bit, is what I'm going to be showing you. So he can also not only wear it forward, but with the right products, be able to make that front stand up a bit. What I'm going to do now is just connect the sides with the front. I'm just going to do a little shear over comb. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Section right across. Connect the side with the front. Clean parting. I'm going to do shear over comb. Check for balance. And then proceed right to the front. Now, as you'll see, his hair is beginning to dry a bit. And that's good. I want to see how that hair reacts. I don't want to keep spraying it down. Now, in some cuts that are even more extreme, you could take this area in front really short. The shorter that you take this area, rather than leaving this front heavy, the more you get some graduation in the hair, and the more that you're able to get that front to stand up. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is do a little shear over comb to put some finishing touches on his hair, put some products in, and give him a great finished look. If you follow the steps in this video, you'll be able to achieve these same results. What's very versatile about this cut is the many different styling options that you have. For instance, with Christian's hair, all I did was apply a little bit of mousse, leave it real natural, and brought this front fringe down. And that way he was able to wear it sort of more in a Caesar, more current type Caesar style. I can also take a texture cream, which I have in my hands, take this product, apply it in his hair, and because of that graduation that I put in underneath, if he wants to wear it a little bit more textured, a little bit more where the pieces are standing up in the front, he has that styling option as well. I'm just going to take a look at this here, look for the balance. And that's a very key element in your haircuts and your finishing work as well, is achieving balance to make sure that you've got both sides finished the same. So even when you have a destructured type of a look, it still has a semblance of order to it. Once again, I want to reiterate the importance of the maintenance of your tools. Make sure that you oil your shears daily and clean off the hairs in between each client. As well as with your clippers, make sure you oil them at least once a day and follow the manufacturer's instructions as far as what are the appropriate disinfectants to use in between each client, because you want to assure yourself that you have a clean, safe work environment. And as for our haircut with Christian, you can achieve these same great results if you follow the steps on the video and also take liberty with the video. Add your own personal signature to the cut. because that's what makes it unique and that's what makes it your own.